Hello again, it's Garson, and today I was going to show you something really cool. It was a Necromancer Warlock with all the animated dead and everything, but yeah, that didn't work out. But I'm going to use the same thing I was working on to show you something that's a little more practical anyway. So, 1 Wizard and 11 Warlock, we call this the Wiz-lock, right? And it's really good at murdering people because this might be one of the most powerful setups in the new patch. Can't wait to get my hands on it, but oh well. Just keep murdering the guards instead. Here we go! Alright, so with this we can actually have 3 regular attacks rather than the standard blade lock. It's like we've gone back in time somehow and we can actually strike 3 times. Alright, so what I'm going to do is turn this off. So we use 1 attack, right? Here's another attack. And here's another attack. Alright, we even have the little offhand bonus attack. Check that out. Cool, come on down. Aronson, come here! That's right. It's okay, buddy. You're never going to knock me out of concentration. But first, we can do a 1, a 2, and a 3. Kaboom! Oh, you didn't die? Okay, we have the little... Alright. So, I do have to apologize, like I said. Let me pop out the notes. So, I wanted to show you something really cool. I woke up with the idea because I know how to do this really cool little tech where you have Wizard and Warlock. And I was going to explain it and show you how to make something really unique, but it didn't work out. And I'll talk about it another day because I'm really disappointed, actually mad at myself. So I'll have to kind of retool what I was going to show you into something, well, just as fun. Okay? So as always, thank you for watching. If you want to support the channel or you got a cool tech or request or whatnot, just let me know in the comments and I'll kind of show you a little bit later at the end of the video. For now, again, I'm sorry. This was so cool of an idea. But instead, what I'll show you is something pretty practical. It's 3 attacks at level 6. I think only Bladesinger in the new patch is going to be able to do this. So we're going to steal a little thunder from them with the booming blade, all right? So let's talk about these a little bit. I'm going to break it down slowly, even though this will be a quick video and we'll get to build Tim, okay? So, Pact magic slots, if you don't understand this, I'm going to give you a crash course. One's blue and one's kind of pinkish purple, okay? Now, that's it. No, actually, they're somewhat same, but there's some key differences here. For instance, return on short rest. So if I use any of these purple, pink slots, right? Now I've used one, right? They will actually come back on short rest. Cool, right? So someone who wants to use haste all the time, normally you only have 2 of these spell slots. And now you can use 2 of them in 2 fights, right? Because it lasts like 10 turns. So you'd use this for 10 turns in one fight, 10 turns in another fight, short rest, and now you get to use it 2 more times, short rest, another 2 more times. So that's 6 haste right there, okay? So these return on short rest, which is obviously a really cool thing for us, right? You can cast any spell of the level or of its level or lower, right? So, for instance, I can cast level 2 spells. But since these are level 5 slots, I can cast level 5 spells, okay? But it's also upcasted to that maximum possible anyway, right? So instance, Hold Person, again, is a level 2 spell, but when you upcast it, it gets more targets. It's now up to 4 targets, right? And we get that. We don't get to choose, but it's always max level, so that's actually kind of convenient too. So it levels up as a Warlock. You level up sort of like a normal caster, where you would get your level 1 slots, and then at level 3 you would get level 2 slots, and then level 5 and so on and so forth, right? So every odd level you'd be upgrading your caster level, but all it really does is just upgrade the level that these 2 slots would have, okay? So you only have 2 slots per short rest, so there's a downside and a upside. But what's cool at level 11, I feel not everyone understands how powerful this is, but at level 11, you get 3 slots rather than 2. And since they're maxed out at level 5, you can do some really cool stuff with this, okay? Now for our purposes, just so you know, you are not a caster, okay? You cannot mix and multi-class Warlock Pact magic with the normal stuff and it'll count towards both, right? It's either one or the other. That's what makes this a little frustrating in the multi-classing, right? It doesn't count towards your standard level ups. This is why I still have my level 1 slots here, but not 2, 3, and 4s, and then all the way up to 5s, right? But it does upgrade depending how I multi-class one or the other. So you really kind of want to have a very skewed balance like this 1 Wizard, 11 Warlock, okay? So, does that mean we definitely never ever should ever multi-class a lock with another caster level because it's confusing, weird, and hard, and I just never do it. Never ever do it. But really, I know it's confusing, but it's actually really powerful, and we can use this, especially with Warlock, in a variety of different ways. I'm trying to give you more of like what everybody wants, just more attacks, right, with their booming blade. So here's how we'll do it. So obviously you can and should mix these two classes for the sake of how to use their spell slots. I know it can be confusing and I kind of give you a crash course, but let me just explain the wizard side of things real quick, okay? Wizards, the powerful thing about mixing them with other casters is that it contributes to your overall level, your caster level, right? So if you mix a wizard and a cleric, they're both full casters, you're never losing out on your spell slots. Not the case here with your warlock slots. However, wizards can learn almost any spell from scrolls, almost any scroll spell, right? And once they learn them, they can prepare them in and out of combat. For instance, if I don't want Longstrider, I can put Deception, right? Disguise Self, okay? And this enables you to, once you've learned the spells, it enables all learned spells, right? So even if you recast or respec your character to something else like Warlock, as long as you have some way to access these higher level spells, even a level 1 wizard plus any caster that can get higher level spell slots can use these higher level spells, right? I may be a level 1 wizard who can only use level 1 spells, but if you give me some other way to cast spell slots higher than that, I can use these learned spells before I respec. So the super secret Wiz-lock technology, huh? So the way we use this is if you were leveling up your wizard first, right? You can learn any scroll up to that level. For instance, if I go ahead and go over to Lae'zel and we walk over to Withers, I'm just going to do a brief demo for you, blah, blah, blah. I don't want a partner. Stop talking, skeleton. It's not a relationship thing. I'm talking about the wizard levels here. Alright. So bear with me. What I'm getting at here is what we can go is wizard. Then we can say, I want whatever spells here. You actually want to avoid these spells if you're going to use them, okay? So let's just take some spells I'm probably not going to use, okay? Don't care about the abilities. I'm just going to purposely make a wizard to learn scrolls, okay? And once I get up to a certain level, again using stuff I'm probably not going to use, I will now get up to level 2 spells, okay? So what I don't want to use is, don't really care about this, don't really care about this, okay? Alright, let's stop now. Now that I'm a level 2 wizard, right? I can learn up to level 2 spells. So what I'll do is I'll learn, say, Arcane Lock, which normally doesn't come on, say, a druid, okay? Now, I've learned this, it's permanently in my spell book, but if I don't have a spell slot to use it, I can't use it. Well, that's fine. I'll just go 1 level of wizard like I did before, okay? And now, I'll multi-class into druid. There we go. And with 2 level or 3 levels of spellcaster, doesn't matter how I do it, I will get level 2 spell slots, okay? So we'll just take whatever. Now druid doesn't normally have Arcane Lock. But the power of a level 1 wizard dip is, as long as I have the slots, as long as I learned it before the respec, I can now switch that out. See that? I now can use Arcane Lock with my druid multi-class. And this is the power of wizard that a few people have been asking, what's so crazy about wizard, okay? That is very powerful. Where it gets confusing is how to do it with a warlock, okay? So at whatever level you need to get that spell, like level 3, you should go up to a wizard level 5. You can now learn that haste scroll, okay? Then respec with at least 1 level in wizard, and you will be able to use this haste as long as your warlock spell slot is level 3 or higher, okay? Because you remember all your originally learned scrolls. So warlock slots can be used for these spells, but they'll probably operate off of intelligence stat, if that even matters, like for attacking or landing the spell, okay? Okay, so without further ado, let's actually look at this build real quick. So all I'm trying to cover here is basically Gale is a focused Hexblade. We're going to use the Supreme Defenses to hold our concentration with the Elixir of Peerless Focus. We'll start with 10 Dexterity because we'll have Dexterity Gloves. If we have 2 Intelligence, we can actually carry 2 spell slots, so we can hold Haste and maybe like Magic Weapon or Longstrider. I'm going to take Longstrider, now I have 10 feet of movement. And with haste, that's actually 20 feet of movement, okay? Now, if I take Constitution, I have that much better saving throws, plus some extra HP for melee fighting, right? And if I take 17 Charisma to start with, the first feat I'm going to take at level 4, or I guess 5 in this case. So, level 4, I will take Actor. It's going to give me 1 Charisma, bringing me up to 18 Charisma. And it's also going to give me Performance Expertise, which is great, because that's what Mellow Harmony needs, a performance check. We'll almost always get it now. If we go with Dual Wield as our second feat, we can use Rhapsody and a Rapier. This is a deadly combo because Rhapsody is very powerful, okay? The Supreme Defenses robe is very underrated. I think Blade Songs are going to really love it. You're going to love it with this build too. It's going to add your Charisma bonus to every saving throw. That's +5 to all saving throws when you're concentrating. You know, like when you're concentrating on haste. You even get a bonus 1 armor class from these robes when you're concentrating. But the real killer app here is you get +5 to your saving throws and concentration. So if you give yourself advantage with the elixir, you'll pretty much never get knocked out of it, and that's if you get hit thanks to haste bonuses as well, okay? So the focus elixir gives us advantage if we have to do a saving throw on concentration. Dexterity gloves just gives you a lot of dexterity. It's very strong. Harmonic dueler. The reason this is about to go up in value is because it might be the best booming blade cantrip abuser ever. This is going to give you Mellow Harmony, which will add that charisma modifier to your cantrip damage, your weapon damage, your melee weapon damage, including the Rhapsody offhand attacks, okay? So for 10 turns, you'll have more damage, charisma, +5 damage to your melee attacks, plus you'll have 10 turns of haste, okay? And it doesn't stop there, folks, because Rhapsody will give you 3 more damage, 3 more accuracy, and 3 more spell save DC, okay? Elemental Augmentation Amulet will add another +5 to your cantrip weapon attack, your Booming Blade, as well as, no, that's pretty much it. Booming Blade, right? So Booming Blade gets a +5 there as well. In fact, when you use Booming Blade, it's a cantrip, so it activates this, gets more damage, but it also activates Arcane Synergy, so that's another +5 on your attacks, your weapon attacks. And when you do a thunder or cantrip or spell like Booming Blade, you'll just keep hitting it over and over again and getting the Ring of Elemental Infusion on your weapon attacks over and over again. Now, I don't have patch 8, I can't keep using Booming Blade, but the word on the street is you can, which is insane if you had 3 attacks. Am I right? Okay, so without further ado, you already know how this works now, so we'll go into some combat. Ready? Swoop. Alright, so like I said, rev up them engines. We would just short rest. Now we have not only our level 5 slots back, but we have Mellow Harmony back, so we can haste. Here we go. We can Mellow Harmony. We even have a really cool ranged attack in the form of Eldritch Blast. Da-da-da-da-da. There we go. So let's get in trouble. And let's put those numbers up too. So we have some nice Eldritch Blasting. And of course, for everybody else, we have some nice killing potential on Booming Blade. Oh yeah. And then we have the little offhand attack that somehow magically always gets off of my action bar. Cool. Alright, there we go. And what bite? Alright, let's go. So like I said, in patch 8, this should supposedly be a lot stronger because we can just keep Booming Blade, which is I think what you really want. Nice try. So even when I do take some of these hits, it's going to be easy to hold on the concentration. Oh, that's right, I've thought of everything. So these dinky little blue level 1 slots you get for being 1 level of wizard still have a very dramatic purpose. We can use shield on reaction at least 2 times when we really need it. And now we're up to a massive 26 armor class for that round, okay? We've thought of everything, folks. Okay, so like I said, once again, we can attack 3 times and go whoa-bam! And we go whoa-bam! Alright, and then we go Booming Blade! And we can do a little dinky offhand attack. Wow! But the Thunder Infusion and the Harmonic Dueler and the Arcane Synergy actually makes that offhand attack pretty deadly. Okay, shield. That's right. Impero Titi. Alright. Keep coming. Okay, so will he hit me? I don't care. Whoosh. Okay. So, sucks for you, lady. Boom. And then, you know what? I'm just going to see how much this does. Whoa! Wow. And you know what's great? Because I have another action, so instead of swinging twice, this guy resists piercing. So I'll just go Eldritch Blast. Da-da-da-da. Ha-ha. Bring it on. Oof. And now I'm going to whack. Whack. Now I'm going to smack him. Smack. I'm going to poke him. Poke. Now I'm going to offhand. Still. Okay. Nope. Oh, man. I want patch 8. I want patch 8. There we go. That's the ticket. Just a little bit longer. 5 more turns. Can we do it, folks? Okay. 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 How are we missing 95%? Critical misses. They're a BITCH. Okay. And that's it. There you have it. Kaboom! Even stronger in the real patch 8. But, jokes aside, I figured I'd share that with you. I do apologize again because I wanted to show you something way cooler with necromancy and warlocks. I'll try and figure it out, but for now, how do you play and build these? Well, what I try to do is take ideas like this into honor mode. I'm desperately waiting, just like a lot of us, for patch 8 to show you some real magic, some real crazy stuff. In fact, everyone thinks certain subclasses like Glamour Bard are bad, and I'd like to show to the contrary. So come watch the live stream though. I'll play stuff, not just theorize things, but I'll play it on honor mode. Not for me, but for you guys to see that you can take any character and build them really powerful. You can break the limits of this game, and that's what's fun on honor mode, because you can't take things back, but you can beat it with just about any crazy idea you can come up with. And it's all thanks to cool ideas from me, but also cool ideas from you guys in the chats and the comment. So the more people we have in the stream and the comments, the more fun we have, because you guys are my sponsors. I appreciate you for watching. Thank you so much. If you want to support the channel, it's as low as it's going to be here on YouTube. Otherwise, the best support, as I say, is just you guys watching. Thank you so much, and I'll check you out in another video.